My Little Pony is cute porn. It was in previous generations, and by the fourth season of the new adaptation, it still is. You can tell by the fact that when an episode has absolutely nothing positive about it, it can still be saved by its cuteness. Because under the peel of good characters, remarkable animation, sound effects and voice acting, there is 100% cuteness and everything else exists just to support that. Why do I mention it in the review of this episode? I don't know, I work in mysterious ways. Ooh! This episode is yet another Cutie Mark Crusaders episode, this time focusing on Sweetie Belle. Dave Polsky wrote this episode just like Twilight Time, so Sweetie Belle's magic using carries over even if just for a scene or two. For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils is an episode combining two fan favorites episodes of the show, Sisterhood Social and Sleepless in Ponyville. It carries over the sibling dynamic from the first and Princess Luna's dream visiting abilities from the last. This also means that there isn't a lot of original concept in this episode. We've pretty much seen everything that's happening here. I usually view every piece of media on its own right, but this is an episode of a show with constant callbacks to previous events, so I can't pretend that those episodes didn't happen. The question is, should I hold it against the episode or not? There's only one way to decide. Wheel of Fenrich, turn, turn, turn. Should this episode live or burn? Live it is. The episode setup is actually pretty complicated. Sweetie Belle needs Rarity's help to make costumes for a play she created on her own. She tells about it to her too late, so Rarity needs the other's help to finish an order from Sapphire Shores, so she has time to make the dresses for the CMC. Because of this, the sisters of the CMC members can't be present during the play. This of course puts them down, but something even worse happens. The costume Rarity made were so spectacular that they overshined Sweetie Belle's play completely. So much so that no one remembers anything from it but the dresses. This really upsets Sweetie Belle. She created this play on her own, but the only thing anyone remembers from it is something her sister, Rarity, provided for it. Sweetie is convinced that Rarity made the costumes too good on purpose, so she races back to her room that is suddenly Rarity's house and not at her parents. She moved her or what? Where are the parents? Sweetie Belle plans to have her revenge on Rarity. I hope their work isn't going to be ruined by Sweetie Belle. So their work gets ruined by Sweetie Belle. She pulls out the string that keeps the headrest together and goes back to sleep. And so Princess Luna appears as the ghost of the selfish little sisters, past, present and future. After an Oscar reference that I hated. Why does everyone have to promote that pretentious, worthless, undeserving award that completely lost its value by now if it ever had any in the first place? So how is that possible that The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King gets 11 Oscars and the previous two movies got 6 in total? No one tells me that the third one was simply 2 times better than the other two combined. They just give every award to that so they can sell more DVDs. If the Academy would have actually liked the last two movies this much, then the first two have gotten more awards too. Maybe what the first two was missing was the endless bloodshed and the over-the-top sappy ending that the Oscar left so much. Wait, what? No. Where did I lose it this time? Oh, Luna. She tells Sweetie that she reminds her of herself because they both have sisters who often outshine them. Luna struggled with it earlier. Yeah, no shit. And apparently, she's worried that the same thing can happen to Sweetie Belle. That would be awesome! Maybe that was actually a possibility, so Celestia sent Luna to prevent that from happening. So Luna takes Sweetie to the past first, to her 5th birthday party that was mentioned earlier in the episode. Sweetie thought that Rarity started without her because she wanted to steal her spotlight as the birthday girl. But actually...
I guess Rarity wasn't trying to steal the spotlight. She was trying to save my party.
And she failed. After this, we see a realm almost identical to the one where Twilight turned into an alicorn. This probably means that the princesses can transport people into their mind, where this place is. It looks like to me that they move across Princess Luna's and Sapphire Shores' dreams, where the dolphins are. Or maybe Luna remembers this place from when she turned into an alicorn. I know she supposedly was born as one, but who knows these days. I can't wait to see the Princess Sweetie Belle fanart after this though. And we get the vision of the present, as Rarity is nervous about getting ready and delivering everything to Canterlot. That accomplished nothing. I think it's just here to meet the Christmas Carol scenario. Sweetie Belle says she didn't know her sister would worry about this that much. That's bullshit. The only thing Rarity does is being upset about deadlines and details. How do you not know that? The episode started out with you watching her making these dresses. You should know that Rarity loses it every time she works. And now we move to the future. How does Luna know what's going to happen? Beats me. I was kind of suspicious about the birthday scene too. For Sweetie's part she used her memories, but for Rarity's? At this point Rarity is asleep in the next room, so Luna could have violated her mind and get the memory to show it to Sweetie Belle. But there is no way she can actually foresee the future. It looks so unrealistic too. Sapphire wouldn't make fun of Rarity in front of her audience after this. So Luna just made it up to creep out Sweetie Belle. The next sequence is awesome though. I would love to see how it was written down in the script. Oh, in the end, Sweetie manages to fix the headdress with the help of Luna, who can just walk around the building and no one cares that she's there. But the guard probably let her in. She's still royalty after all. The lesson seems to be that if someone outshines you, find out that they did it on purpose or not, and if not, forgive them. I don't know if I'm okay with this. The episode shows that Sweetie's birthday party and her play would have been bad if Rarity didn't help with them. But Sweetie still worked a lot on them, and Rarity did steal the spotlight. What happens later when Sweetie actually does something presentable and Rarity steals the spotlight from that too? Sweetie Belle's work does go to waste, and I'm not surprised that she's upset. She went about it in the wrong way, but Rarity needs to learn something here as well. I don't feel that this conflict got resolved at all, and Sweetie would have been in the right if she didn't ruin the headdress. Her problem wasn't talked about at all. She couldn't get criticism for her play, but could have been helpful to her writing, acting, or directing because the dresses were so perfect. I chuckled a few times this episode, but the jokes weren't very original, to the point that I guessed the lines before they were said. Overall, it was a visually interesting episode, but the lesson focused on the wrong side of the issue, and the problem wasn't resolved at all by the end. The episode was enjoyable and fluid enough, and although it didn't bring anything new to the table, it still made it work. I was entertained throughout the whole thing. So, from whom the Sweetie Belle Toils gets a 2.8 out of 4. So, it's Apple Bloom up next to go to a trip with Princess Luna. Seriously though, no more CMC episodes this season. Please!